Have you ever watched someone who is not especially clever, not especially lucky, not even especially hardworking, and yet their life keeps opening up, as if the road rises to meet their feet? Have you ever looked at your own efforts, your own prayers, your own rituals, your own donations, and wondered why the results feel delayed, blocked, or strangely empty? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to speak to you like a friend who has seen too many sincere people get tired, not because they lack faith, but because they are aiming their faith in the wrong direction. I also want to speak to you like someone who respects the law of cause and effect, not as superstition, but as a very practical way to understand why blessings flow in some lives and seem to dry up in others. Here are the two main ideas I want to plant in your heart right away. First, wealth is not only something you ask for. Wealth is something you become able to hold. The ability to hold wealth is built through merit, integrity, gratitude, and the habit of nourishing life instead of consuming it. If the heart leaks merit, the hands cannot hold fortune. Second, many people chase offerings in the wrong place. They offer where it is visible, dramatic, and emotionally exciting, but they forget the most powerful field of merit in ordinary life. They forget the two living bodhisattvas who stand closest to them, and because they forget them, they unknowingly cut the root while watering the leaves. Now let me tell you a story. I will tell it slowly, because if you listen carefully, you might recognize pieces of your own life inside it. There was a man I will call Daniel. In his early 30s, he looked like someone who should be doing well. He had a decent education, a stable job, and the kind of social charm that makes people say, he will be fine. But inside, he did not feel fine. He felt stuck, not dramatically stuck, not in the way that makes a movie, but in the quiet way that makes a person slowly lose hope. He was not lazy. He tried. He worked overtime. He took side gigs. He read business books. He watched financial videos. He even did the thing many people do when they are desperate but still polite about it. He started praying for money. At first it was casual. He would pass a temple or a shrine and he would pause for a moment. He would join his palms, close his eyes, and whisper a wish that sounded humble but urgent. Let my parents be healthy. Let my career stabilize. Let me have enough to breathe. Let me clear my debts. Let opportunities come. He was sincere. He was not mocking it. He was not treating the sacred as a vending machine. At least not consciously. He simply felt that life had become too heavy, and he needed help. Then the praying became more serious. He began to light incense more regularly. He began to donate when he saw charity boxes. He began to participate in merit-making events. He would hear people say, "Give and you will receive." And he tried to believe it, but something bothered him. He noticed that some people donated less than him and still got better opportunities. Some people did not seem spiritual at all and still found helpful mentors, generous clients, or sudden promotions. Meanwhile, he felt like he was pushing a cart with one broken wheel. The cart moved, but it scraped the ground. It fought him. It made noise. And it always felt like twice the effort for half the progress. One evening he stayed late at work, and when he left the building the air felt cold and sharp. He walked past a small temple that was still open. He stepped inside. The place was quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your thoughts sound louder than usual. He bowed, lit incense, and looked up at the statue. In that moment something honest rose in him, not as anger at the sacred, but as confusion. Why is it not working? I am trying. I am offering. I am praying. Why am I still stuck? He did not say it out loud, but his heart said it clearly. An elderly volunteer noticed him. The volunteer was the kind of person who had a calm face and gentle eyes, someone who had spent years watching people come and go with their wishes, their fears, their hopes. The volunteer asked him, "Are you all right?" Daniel Forstapleite smiled and said he was fine, but then his voice cracked just a little. He admitted that he had been trying to improve his life for years, but everything still felt blocked. The volunteer nodded and said something simple. "If you have time, stay a little. There is a teacher who speaks here sometimes. He does not talk in a fancy way, but he says things that make people quieter inside." Daniel did not know why, but he stayed. After a while, an older monk entered, not in a dramatic way, just walking in as if he belonged to the same ordinary world as everyone else. He greeted people softly and sat down. There was no stage performance. He spoke like someone telling a story over tea. He talked about merit. He talked about karma. He talked about why prayers sometimes feel unanswered. He talked about how people often focus on the visible forms of practice and forget the invisible roots of practice. Then, he said a line that caught Daniel like a hook. "Many people ask for wealth, but they neglect the two living bodhisattvas in their own home." Daniel felt his chest tighten. It sounded poetic, but he did not know what it meant. The monk continued, still calm, "If you want your blessings to grow, you must protect the field where blessings are born. For many people, the closest, most powerful field is not far away. It is not mysterious. It is at your door. It is in your kitchen. It is in your phone contacts. It is in the people who carried you when you could not carry yourself." Daniel felt uncomfortable. When people feel uncomfortable, the mind begins to negotiate. It begins to say, "Yes, but you do not understand my situation. Yes, but my parents are difficult. Yes, but I have my own stress. Yes, but life is unfair." Daniel did not speak, but he felt the resistance. After the talk, people lined up to greet the monk. Daniel hesitated, then joined the line. When his turn came, he bowed and said he had a question. The monk smiled as if he had been waiting for that exact question. Daniel said, "I have been praying for financial stability. I have donated. I have tried to be good, but I still feel blocked. What am I missing?" The monk looked at him for a moment, not judging, just looking. Then the monk asked, "How are your parents?" Daniel blinked. He did not expect that. He said, "They are fine. I guess they live in another city. We talk sometimes." The monk asked again, "How are your parents? In your heart?" Daniel felt he tries in his face. He realized he did not have a clean answer. He said, "I respect them. Of course I do, but we have issues." The monk nodded. Then he said something that Daniel would remember for years. "If the root is dry, the branches cannot be lush. If gratitude is thin, blessings become thin." Many people forget that the first altar is not in a temple. The first altar is in the home, in the way you treat the people who gave you life. Daniel wanted to defend himself. He wanted to say, "You do not know what they did. You do not know how they criticized me. You do not know how they pressured me. You do not know how heavy my childhood felt." But the monk did not argue. He simply asked a question that made defense feel childish. "In the last year, how many times did you bring comfort to your parents without being asked? How many times did you offer support before they needed to beg? How many times did you speak with patience even when you felt annoyed? How many times did you listen without trying to win?" Daniel stood silent. His silence was the answer. The monk did not shame him. Instead, the monk told him a story. There was once a man who kept asking the heavens for rain. He performed rituals. He made offerings. He complained loudly when the rain did not come. One day, an old farmer asked him, "Did you fix the irrigation channels?" The man said, "No, why would that matter? The rain comes from the sky." The farmer smiled and said, "When rain comes, it must have a path to reach your field. If your channels are blocked, even a storm will not water your crops." Then the monk looked gently at Daniel. "You are asking for wealth like rain, but your channels are blocked. Your channels are gratitude, respect, and the habit of repaying kindness. When those channels are blocked, wealth can arrive and still not stay. Opportunities can appear and still not become stable. People can help you and you still feel alone." Daniel left that temple with a strange feeling. He did not feel insulted. He felt exposed. He felt like someone had pointed to the one room in his house he kept locked because he did not want to clean it. That night, he lay in bed and could not sleep. He remembered his parents, not as abstract roles, but as real people. He remembered his mother working late, hands smelling like soap and cooking oil. He remembered his father waking up early, driving long hours, coming home tired. He remembered small sacrifices that did not feel heroic, just constant. Then he remembered something else. He remembered his own resentment. He remembered how he felt judged. He remembered how he wanted freedom, not realizing freedom without gratitude becomes coldness. He remembered how he avoided their calls because he felt tired. He remembered how he sent money occasionally, but with a heart that felt like paying a bill, not offering love. He realized something painful. He had been offering to statues while being stingy to the living. He had been praying for blessings while neglecting the source of blessings. In Buddhist language, this is not just emotion. This is karma. Karma is not only what you do, it is the energy of intention behind what you do. You can give money with a resentful heart and create a different result than giving with a warm heart. You can speak politely with hidden contempt and create a different result than speaking gently with real care. The next weekend, Daniel called his parents. Not a quick call, not a duty call, but a real call. He asked his mother how her body felt. He asked his father what he was worried about lately. At first, the conversation was awkward, like people who have not practiced tenderness. His mother was suspicious. She said, "Are you all right? Why are you calling like this?" Daniel felt his pride rise, but he remembered the monk. He remembered the blocked channels. He took a breath and said, "I just want to be closer. I realize I have been distant." His father did not say much. His father was not the emotional type, but Daniel could hear something soften in the silence. Then Daniel did a second thing that was harder. He visited them. When he arrived, he saw the small signs of aging that he had avoided thinking about. His mother moved slower. His father sighed more often. Their home felt smaller than he remembered. At dinner, old patterns tried to appear. His mother criticized his job choices. His father asked why he had not bought a house yet. Daniel felt the familiar heat of irritation. He wanted to defend. He wanted to argue. He wanted to prove himself. But he paused. He remembered a simple principle. When you cannot change the wind, adjust the sails. He decided that this visit was not about winning. It was about repaying kindness. It was about softening the heart. It was about practicing compassion where it was hardest. Because the hardest places are often the places that create the strongest merit. So he did something very practical. He helped around the house without being asked. He washed dishes. He fixed a broken shelf. He organized some medicines. He took his father to a checkup. He sat with his mother and listened to stories he had heard 100 times. But this time he listened as if he might not get another 100 times. He also did something subtle. When his mother criticized him, he did not snap back. He said, "I hear you. I will think about it." When his father questioned him, he did not argue. He said, "I understand you want me to be secure. I want that too." This did not make them saints. They were still themselves. But the atmosphere changed, and Daniel noticed something. When he stopped fighting them, his heart stopped leaking energy. Many people do not realize how much life force is wasted on inner battles. You carry resentment like a heavy backpack and then you wonder why you feel tired. You hold grudges like poison, and then you wonder why your luck feels bitter. You speak harshly to those closest to you, and then you wonder why your world feels harsh. In Buddhist practice, one of the most important transformations is turning friction into cultivation. You use conflict as a mirror. You use discomfort as a teacher. You use irritation as a bell that wakes you up. Daniel returned home after that weekend feeling strangely lighter. Nothing outside had changed yet. His salary did not suddenly double. A client did not suddenly call with a miracle contract. But inside he felt something align. He continued. He made a habit of calling his parents weekly. He sent support not only when they asked, but before they asked. He bought his mother a warmer coat. He helped his father replace old tools. He arranged a small trip for them. Nothing fancy, just a chance to breathe and feel cared for. But the most important part was not money. It was heart. He began to treat them like living bodhisattvas, not because they were perfect, but because they were the field where his gratitude could become real. This is where many people misunderstand. They think honoring parents means approving of every behavior. That is not what it means. It means you recognize the kindness of life given. You recognize the debt you can never fully repay. You recognize that even if there was pain, there was also sacrifice. And you choose to cultivate virtue without needing them to become different first. Over the next months, something interesting happened. Daniel started noticing small shifts in his life. His mood stabilized. He became less reactive at work. He stopped taking criticism as an attack. He started listening more. He started noticing opportunities earlier because his mind was not so noisy. And then, quietly, life began to respond. A co-worker who used to avoid him began to cooperate more. A manager noticed his steadiness and gave him a bigger responsibility. A side project he once tried and failed at started working because he now had patience to build slowly. A friend introduced him to a client, not because Daniel begged, but because Daniel felt more trustworthy. Was it magic? No. Was it karma? Yes. Because karma is not only future punishment or future reward. Karma is the momentum of your habits. When your habits become cleaner, your life becomes clearer. When your heart becomes warmer, people feel it. When your words become gentler, doors open. When your mind becomes less desperate, you stop chasing. And in that non-chasing, you become attractive to opportunities. Still, Daniel was not fully convinced. He thought, maybe this is coincidence. Maybe this is just normal timing. Then something happened that made him believe in a deeper way. His mother fell ill. Not a dramatic emergency, but enough to require hospital visits, tests, and long waiting rooms. Daniel took time off work. He stayed with her. He learned her medications. He fed her soup slowly. He helped her walk. He watched her sleep in a hospital bed. And he realized how fragile life was. One night his mother woke up in pain. She squeezed his hand and whispered, "I am sorry I was hard on you. I was scared. I wanted you to be safe." Daniel felt tears rise. He realized that behind so much criticism there had been fear, not hate. Behind so much pressure there had been love, not control. Love can be clumsy. Love can be sharp. But love is still love. He said, "I am sorry too. I was distant. I did not see you clearly." That moment changed something in him. It felt like a knot untied. And here is the part people rarely talk about. When knots untie inside you, the world unties outside you. After his mother recovered, Daniel returned to work. His manager called him into the office. Daniel felt nervous. He worried that his absence had harmed his standing. Instead, his manager surprised him. The manager said, "I heard you took care of your mother. I respect that. Not everyone does. We need people we can trust. There is a new position opening. I want you to consider it." Daniel walked out stunned. He did not feel greedy excitement. He felt quiet gratitude. He remembered the monk's saying that blessings flow when the channels are open. He remembered the two living bodhisattvas. He felt the truth land in his bones. Now let me step back from the story and speak to you directly. Why does supporting parents, or the elders who raised you, have anything to do with wealth? In Buddhist tradition, gratitude is not just a moral decoration. It is a foundation of merit. When you cultivate gratitude, you weaken arrogance. When you weaken arrogance, you stop creating enemies without realizing it. When you stop creating enemies, you stop leaking luck. When you stop leaking luck, your life becomes steadier. Also, supporting parents trains the heart in a very specific way. It trains the heart to give without expecting applause. It trains the heart to serve where your ego does not get rewarded. It trains the heart to practice patience when the relationship is complicated. This is advanced practice disguised as ordinary duty. Many people want to do big spiritual acts because big acts look holy. But karma does not only respond to what looks holy. Karma responds to intention, consistency, and sincerity. A person who donates publicly but neglects their family may gain some merit, but they also create a painful contradiction. Their outer virtue and inner life do not match. That mismatch becomes instability. A person who prays for wealth but speaks harshly to their parents is planting seeds of scarcity while begging for abundance. Their mouth asks for blessings, but their behavior pushes blessings away. Now, when I say to living bodhisattvas, for many people, it points to father and mother, but in a broader sense it points to the most immediate beings you have a karmic debt to repay. It can include grandparents who raised you. It can include guardians. It can include elders who sacrificed for you. It can also include the people in your life who quietly carry you, like a spouse who supports you, a teacher who guided you, a mentor who opened a door. The deeper principle is this: if you want the universe to support you, you must become the kind of person who supports life. Supporting life is generosity. Supporting life is responsibility. Supporting life is compassion. Supporting life is restraint when you could harm. Supporting life is honesty when you could manipulate. Supporting life is humility when you could brag. When you embody these, wealth becomes safer to arrive because it will not be used to harm you or others. In karmic terms, blessings come when they can be held without creating new suffering. Let us make this practical, not theoretical. Practical. Many people hear this and think, I do not have money. How can I support anyone? But support is not only money. Sometimes money is the easiest part. Sometimes emotional presence is harder than paying a bill. You can support your parents by calling them consistently. You can support them by learning their needs instead of waiting for them to explode. You can support them by speaking with respect even when you disagree. You can support them by helping them navigate modern life, appointments, technology, documents. You can support them by relieving their worries, not by promising miracles, but by being reliable. In Buddhist practice, reliability is merit. Reliability means your words match your actions. Reliability means people feel safe with you. Reliability means you do not disappear when things get hard. And here is a truth that might sting. Some people say they want wealth, but they do not want responsibility. They want comfort without obligation. They want freedom without repayment. They want blessings without discipline. But the path of blessings includes responsibility. If you cannot carry small responsibility, you will not carry big fortune without collapsing. Now, I also want to honor a painful reality. Some of you have complicated family situations. Some of you have parents who were absent, abusive, or deeply harmful. Some of you feel that the word gratitude triggers your wounds. So listen carefully. This is not about pretending harm did not happen. This is not about forcing yourself into unsafe closeness. This is not about letting anyone continue to harm you. Buddhist wisdom is not naive. Compassion includes wisdom. Wisdom includes boundaries. You can honor the fact of life given without allowing ongoing harm. You can repay kindness where it exists without denying pain where it exists. You can practice forgiveness without returning to a dangerous situation. Sometimes the most compassionate thing is to support from a distance, through practical help, through respectful communication, through not speaking hatred, through not spreading poison, through not passing trauma forward. In karma, ending the cycle is merit. Now, there is another layer to this story that I want to share, because it explains why money prayers often fail, even for people who do donate and do practice. Many people think merit works like a direct exchange. I give this, I get that. But merit is not a vending machine. Merit is a field. You cultivate it, you protect it, you let it mature. And if you want wealth, you must cultivate the causes of wealth. The causes of wealth are generosity, honesty, diligence, and respect for others. The causes of stable wealth are humility, patience, and wise spending. The causes of wealth that does not destroy you are compassion and self-control. If you make offerings but you lie in business, your karma is mixed. If you pray but you cheat, your karma is mixed. If you donate but you humiliate your family, your karma is mixed. If you help others but you are cruel at home, your karma is mixed. Mixed karma produces mixed results. That is why some people see temporary luck but long-term instability. They get money and lose peace. They get success and lose relationships. They get status and lose sleep. True blessings are balanced. They include both fortune and clarity, both resources and peace, both opportunity and ethics. This is why the two living bodhisattvas matters so much, because how you treat them is often the most honest measurement of your character. It is easy to smile at strangers. It is harder to be patient with the people who know your weaknesses. It is easy to donate in public. It is harder to serve quietly with no audience. The invisible practice produces visible karma. Let me tell you another small story inside the story. There was a woman I will call Maria. She loved spiritual content. She watched videos, listened to mantras, attended ceremonies. She was sincere. She also struggled financially. She kept saying, "I do not understand. I do so much practice." One day she mentioned casually that she had not visited her grandmother in years. Her grandmother raised her when her parents were working. Her grandmother used to cook for her, protect her, and tell her stories at night. But when Maria grew up, she became dizzy and distant. Maria said, "My grandmother is always complaining. When I visit, she talks about sickness, pain, loneliness. It drains me." I asked Maria, "Have you ever thought that listening to your grandmother might be part of your practice?" Maria looked offended. She said practice is chanting and meditation. I said, "Chanting and meditation are wonderful, but they are not meant to replace compassion. They are meant to produce compassion." Maria did not like that, but she thought about it. Weeks later, she visited her grandmother. She brought groceries. She cleaned the kitchen. She sat and listened. Her grandmother cried. Maria cried too. Something healed. Over the next year, Maria found a better job. She told me, "I do not know if this is related, but after I repaired that relationship, I felt less anxious, and I started making clearer decisions. I stopped wasting money on impulsive comfort. I started saving. I started learning. My life stabilized." That is karma in real time. Now let me return to Daniel, because his story continued. After his promotion, Daniel started earning more. The old version of him would have immediately spent it to prove something. He would have upgraded everything. He would have posted about it. He would have chased the feeling of finally being ahead. But this time he paused. He asked himself, what is the wisest use of this new resource? He increased support for his parents. He built an emergency fund. He paid down debts steadily. He donated quietly to causes that genuinely relieved suffering. He invested in learning and skills. More importantly, he kept his heart grounded. He did not turn wealth into a new identity. He treated it like water, useful, but not something you worship. This is another reason prayers for money fail. Some people ask for money, but they secretly plan to use money to feed ego, revenge, or pride. The universe does not need to punish you. The karma is built in. Money used that way will create suffering. So the wise protection of karma sometimes looks like delay. If you truly want wealth as a tool to support life, to care for family, to serve others, to build stability, to reduce fear, then your intention becomes clean. Clean intention is like a clear channel. Blessings travel through clear channels. Now I want to share a practical inner exercise you can do tonight. Because without inner clarity, people will hear these ideas and still not change. Sit quietly for a few minutes and ask yourself 3 questions. Who gave me life and protected me when I was vulnerable? Who am I neglecting while I chase distant blessings? If I had to repay one kindness this month, what would I do? Do not answer with fantasy. Answer with reality. Then do one small action within 48 hours. Make a call. Send support. Visit. Apologize. Offer help without being asked. Speak gently when you want to speak sharply. One small action, done sincerely, can shift an entire karmic pattern. Not because the universe is impressed, but because your heart is aligning with virtue. And virtue has momentum. Now let me speak about the phrase living bodhisattvas more deeply, because it can change the way you see the world. A bodhisattva is a being who turns toward awakening and compassion, who vows to reduce suffering and cultivate wisdom. When you treat your parents as living bodhisattvas, it does not mean you pretend they are perfect saints. It means you treat the relationship as a training ground for your own bodhisattva heart. You practice patience. You practice generosity. You practice humility. You practice forgiveness. You practice steadiness. And as you practice these, your mind becomes less scattered. Your energy becomes less wasted. Your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become warmer. Your luck becomes steadier because you are no longer creating hidden enemies through arrogance and neglect. Many people underestimate how much luck is social, not superficial networking, but trust. Trust is merit. When people trust you, they refer you, they protect you, they recommend you, they give you opportunities. Trust is built through character, and character is built through the way you treat those closest to you. This is why, even from a purely worldly view, honoring parents can improve life. It teaches discipline, kindness, and responsibility. It removes the inner guilt that quietly drains confidence. It cleans the emotional field. From a spiritual view, it is even deeper. It repairs karmic debts. It strengthens blessings. It cultivates a mind that is able to hold prosperity without turning it into poison. Now, I want to address a common excuse, because I hear it all the time. People say, I will support them when I have more money. But karmic ally, that logic is backwards. Support first, within your capacity. Repay kindness first, within wisdom. Open the channel first, within boundaries. When the channel opens, the flow increases. Another excuse is this. People say, they never supported me the way I wanted, so why should I support them? This is where practice becomes real, because practice is not about getting what you want. Practice is about transforming the heart that demands. When you repay kindness only when conditions are perfect, you are still trapped in transaction. When you repay kindness because it is right, because it is virtuous, because it frees your heart, then you are practicing liberation. And here is a secret. When you repay kindness, you stop being a child inside. You become an adult soul. You become stable, and stability attracts blessings. Now let me move into the part that many of you will feel in your chest, because it is personal. Some of you are not blocked financially because the universe hates you. You are blocked because your inner world is filled with quiet conflict. You might be smiling outside, but inside you carry unresolved anger toward the people who raised you. That anger might be justified, but it is still heavy. It still shapes your energy. It still shapes your choices. In Buddhist terms, anger burns merit, not as moral punishment, but as natural consequence. When anger dominates, you speak sharply, you act impulsively, you destroy trust, you waste resources, you sabotage opportunities. Even if no one sees it, the mind knows. The mind becomes restless. The heart becomes anxious. Life becomes unstable. So the practice is not to force yourself to like everything. The practice is to transform the poison into medicine. How do you do that? You begin with recognition. You admit what happened. You honor your pain. You stop pretending. Then you choose the next step with wisdom. Maybe the next step is simply to stop speaking hatred. Maybe the next step is to stop replaying old scenes every night. Maybe the next step is to offer practical help without reopening old wounds. Maybe the next step is therapy plus spiritual practice, because healing sometimes needs both. In Buddhism, compassion is not only for others. Compassion includes yourself. If you force yourself into a relationship that breaks you, that is not wisdom. Wisdom means you cultivate virtue without self-destruction. Now I want to give you a picture you can remember. Imagine your blessings as water in a bowl. Your job income is water. Your side gigs are water. Your investments are water. Your opportunities are water. But the bowl is your merit. The bowl is your capacity. If your bowl has cracks, water leaks. If your bowl is dirty, water becomes bitter. If your bowl is tiny, water overflows and creates chaos. Supporting the two living bodhisattvas helps repair the bowl. It strengthens the container. That is why sometimes people suddenly make more money and yet their life gets worse. The water increased, but the bowl was cracked. So the increase simply revealed the problem. So if you want wealth, do not only pray for rain. Repair the bowl. Repairing the bowl is daily virtue. Daily virtue is daily karma. Daily karma is daily destiny. Now I want to bring this home with a long reflection, because the deepest part of this teaching is not about money. It is about awakening. When you chase money as salvation, you suffer. Money becomes a god. When money becomes a god, you become a servant. You become anxious, controlling, desperate. Your mind loses peace. But when you see money as a tool, you become free. You can use it with wisdom. You can let it come and go. You can keep your heart steady. Supporting parents is a powerful training in this freedom, because parents remind you of impermanence. They remind you that youth does not last. They remind you that life is borrowed time. They remind you that love is not guaranteed forever. When you realize that, your priorities change. You stop wasting time on petty ego fights. You stop postponing love. You stop saying, someday. When life calms down, you begin to practice now. And here's the part that many people will feel as a quiet ache. Some of you will hear this and think, it is too late. My parents are gone. My chance is gone. If that is you, listen carefully. It is not too late. You can dedicate merit to them. You can do charity in their name. You can care for elders who have no one. You can treat your own children with more patience, breaking the chain. You can heal your heart so you stop passing bitterness forward. In Buddhism, dedication matters. Intention matters. The heart can still transform. The past cannot be rewritten, but the present can be purified. Purification is not self-punishment. Purification is turning toward virtue. I have seen people who carried regret like a stone for decades. Then one day, they began to volunteer with elders. They began to serve meals. They began to visit lonely people. They began to offer listening. Slowly, the stone became lighter. They told me, I feel like I am finally repaying something. I feel like my heart can breathe. That is living practice. So here is my closing commentary on the story of Daniel and on the hidden reason many money prayers feel empty. Your life is not only shaped by what you want, it is shaped by what you honor. If you honor greed, you will be ruled by hunger. If you honor pride, you will be ruled by comparison. If you honor gratitude, you will be ruled by peace. If you honor compassion, you will be ruled by wisdom. When you honor the two living bodhisattvas, you are honoring the root. When the root is honored, the tree becomes stable. When the tree is stable, fruit appears at the right time. I will share something personal in the spirit of being real with you. There was a time when I was busy, ambitious, and convinced that my future depended on chasing the next milestone. I told myself I would slow down later. I told myself I would visit more later. I told myself I would be more patient later. But later is not guaranteed. One day, I noticed an elder in my family repeating the same question because memory was slipping. At first, I felt annoyed. Then I saw the fear in their eyes, the small childlike fear of losing control of their own mind. In that moment, my ambition looked childish. My impatience looked cruel. I began to practice differently. Not perfectly, but differently. I practiced answering with warmth. I practiced helping without broadcasting it. I practiced showing up even when it was inconvenient. And I noticed something surprising. My own mind became quieter. My sleep improved. My decisions became more stable. My luck felt less chaotic. not because the universe rewarded me like a game, but because my inner world stopped fighting itself. When the inner world stops fighting itself, life begins to cooperate. That is why I keep repeating this message. If you are praying for wealth, do not ignore the closest field of merit. Do not treat the sacred as distant while neglecting the sacred that breathes next to you. Now I want to invite you to do something after this video. In the comments, tell me what you think the two living bodhisattvas are in your own life. For many of you, it will be father and mother. For others, it might be a grandparent, a guardian, a mentor, or someone who sacrificed quietly for you. Share one small action you will take this week to repay kindness in a real way. If you have your own story of how repairing a relationship changed your fortune, share that too. Your story might become a lamp for someone who feels stuck tonight. If you want more long, practical, heart-grounded teachings like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment so I know you are here. And if you want to support the work more deeply, consider joining as a member so I can keep making longer videos that go beyond quick motivation and into real transformation. Thank you for listening. Take care of the two living bodhisattvas, open the channels, plant the causes, and I will see you in the next one. Every person carries a certain energy. Your focus, your dreams, your purpose. Bracelet is a physical reminder of that energy. Symbol you wear daily that pushes you to stay grounded, balanced, and aligned. If one of the bracelets caught your eye, you can order it through the link in the description and check more powerful styles on our homepage store. Choose the one that strengthens your journey.